Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Super Metroid Randomizer multi-category tournament race. We have a good one, hopefully, in store for us today. We've got Vibrant Colors on the left and phatscott25 on the right. Should be a really interesting match because of the different skill sets these runners, and the mode, of course, has a lot of variability that can happen from here. Joining me on the mic is Glove. How are you doing, Glove?
I'm doing really well. I'm super excited for this matchup. As you said, we have varying skill sets. Vibrant Colors, pretty much if there is a rando trick, she knows it. Whereas Scott is a very talented vanilla runner. Just got the 120 hundo the other day. Very exciting. So it'll be really interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Vibrant Colors really has a handle on all the different variability that different randomizer
Hmm.
settings can offer. They basically run the Varia weekly async races, so that's different formats every single week that they come up with and
Hmm.
test and play around with. So that's really helpful for different modes every week. We'll see how practiced Fat Scott is with this one. I know he's been doing a lot of the practice seeds though, so that can give him a lot of insight on some of the nuances of the mode. Do you want to talk about the mode specifically that we've got today, Glove?
Yeah, sure. So we can go through piece by piece. Boss shuffle is pretty self-explanatory. The bosses got lost, and so some of them ended up at each other's lairs. Um, Major minor means that our items are split into two pools. The minor pool, which is ammo, missiles, super missiles, and power bombs. And major items is everything else, so that is all the major upgrades, as well as E-tanks and reserve tanks. And so those two pools of items are shuffled within themselves. So, like, we'll never find an E-tank at Alpha Missile, for example. And that can generally make seeds a lot faster because there are a lot of items you can skip, as long as you are either counting on charge beam or finding enough ammo elsewhere to complete the game. And then finally, light area can be a little bit difficult to get a handle on without seeing it. But the basic idea is that all the area transitions are shuffled around, but they're still somewhat close to how the vanilla game works. So, like, um, Turian will always be connected to criteria, and two of the green Brinstar portals will always lead to criteria as well. For example, it won't necessarily be the same two that normally lead to criteria, but two of the portals within Green Brinstar are coming back here. So this is it can actually make for some really fast seeds. Honestly, like we've seen a fair few sub-hour seeds so far. Obviously it can be obnoxious, just like as soon as you're adding pretty much any settings more complicated than like the old season races settings, you're giving the option for some shenanigans. But thus far it's been pretty pleasant. I think this week is pretty good if you like fast seeds.
Yeah, there's certainly some potential, like you said, for it to be trolly, especially with the areas being, as you said, somewhat vanilla. All the connections, for instance, to Lower Norfair are in Upper Norfair, so sometimes it can lead to a lot of
Hmm.
backtracking if you have to go through several areas to get to the area, and you don't get the luck of maybe you have Upper Norfair on one side right off of Criteria, and the other one on the other side of the map, so you can get there from two very different places.
Yeah. I will say I liked this week. I'm glad it's in a tournament where it's only 1 week though, because these seeds can get really samey. I think like generally you're because Upper Norfair is connected to Red Tower, which is connected to Green Brinstar and Criteria. You're going to be seeing a lot of hell runs usually, so you see a very similar pattern of like clear through the Criteria and Green Brinstar items, explore around Red Brinstar before eventually ending up in Upper Norfair and doing Upper Norfair hell runs. Obviously, you can deviate from that with seeds, but I think the more of these seeds you play, the more repeat situations you get, more so than some of our other settings, like, for example, week one, which could produce a huge variety.
Right. Absolutely. Speaking of variety and some of these entrances, we'll not see a divergence yet from our runners, both going over towards the corkscrew room here. No power bombs yet. They're being stingy in this one, but we can check one of the two areas, and it looks like it's the top of Green Brinstar. So that's pretty much the one you want early. And there's our power bomb woes solved. Looks like they'll be getting the power bombs on the way back out.
Wow. That's Varia.
Well, skipping the missile, I guess maybe they'll get it when they come back in with those power bombs or something, but that seems a little odd, only having 5 missiles. Yeah, early Varia is nice, especially like you mentioned, Glove, having lots of upper north air, clearing being a requirement in these often. That makes that very easy.
Yeah.
We're on the path to get a bunch of E-tanks, but Varia is even better.
Okay, now that is really interesting. I was expecting Scott to go back for those 2 minor items, but yeah, now that I see he's not, I really don't like skipping that missile, actually.
Yeah, it's the problem is with the gate closing on you when you go down to get the power bombs, it's another 2 door transitions to go out of the room, then back in, then back to the reserve tank room. I think it would have been smart just to pick those missiles up while you were in there. But minor difference, and of course, if we hit a couple supers and a charge beam, then it won't matter at all.
Yeah, it's true. I still would want to have, like, let's say I literally found charge like at Morph Ball location. I'm still picking up at least 15 missiles to deal with Phantoon. Obviously you can with 10, but it's a little bit annoying. Anybody who has run low ice has felt the feeling of, hey, wait a second, where are all my missiles?
Yeah, and sometimes the farming you're used to doing in vanilla categories isn't always an option in this, so having to do extra to prevent farming can be really nice too. So if you want 15 for Phantoon, maybe if you find Phantoon somewhere bad, like say Dragon's room and you just used ammo on Botwoon, maybe you want a little bit more than 15.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think it's a huge deal, but like, I don't know about. I mean, so I feel 100% confident at this point saying that Fat Scott is planning on finding charge, because you don't skip missiles this early on if you are even considering an ammo play. Oh, that space jump's nice.
It does pick up the charge missiles though, at least. That might be muscle memory.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like maybe for a second Scott was also thinking about going into Spospo, which is a mistake that I have made, especially when I've been playing a lot of Hundo, is being like, yeah, Spospo Supers feels like a major item location, and indeed next week it will be.
Yeah, I mean, the vanilla game intends it to be, so that does check out. It's the Chozo statue. All right, and Vibrant Color's actually skipping the charge missile, at least on the way down. So yeah, it looks like both runners committed fully to just getting charge.
Yeah, and we do have our other side of criteria now. It's a bit of an interesting decision in this light area rando. So if you find an early Green Star, you will be looping back around to criteria. So the decision of like, do I want to try and spend my time clearing criteria, which has a couple major item locations. We can't do Gauntlet right now because we only have 5 power bombs, but there's still BT. However, or no, they saw BT earlier, right?
Yeah, BT was an E-tank.
Yeah, I'm so used to like if you get power bombs, generally I think you want to try and go the quote unquote meme route entrance, which leads to Green Bryn Star more often than it feels like it should for me. But
Yeah, and with
yeah,
light area, even if it doesn't lead to Green Bryn Star, there's a chance it leads to Red Tower, and if it's the
hmm
right Red Tower entrance, it could lead to Green Bryn Star through that. So
yeah.
it's another good opportunity.
But yeah, so we're really just leaving behind that gauntlet. And, there's a lot of useful items Gauntlet can have, but it can't have suits. So a lot of people will deprioritize it as a result. And there's the other Red Tower criteria.
Okay, we saw Turian already, so that means Wreck Ship has to be. Actually, wait, there's two.
I think Rex Ship has to be Crab Hole, I think.
Yes, and the Blue Bryn Star would be. What are we missing? I think I missed one entrance somewhere. Like the blue
Or,
side.
oh, right, Meme Route. That's the other one. No, Rex Ship is Meme
Still.
Route. That's it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Another funny thing with Light Area Rando, West Meridian. Oh, yes, Space Jump. Dang it.
Yeah, Space Jump. This is a relatively free check, including the
Um,
various. Even if they fall on the spikes, it's easy to
yeah,
get that up.
it's like 15 damage. Um, but yeah, Red Brinstar and West Meridia are like very tied together, which is funny because in regular area rando, Red Brinstar is like the big hub area that leads to a bunch of places. And West Meridia is kind of useless in light area specifically. Um, West Meridia will always lead you to East Meridia, so it's reliable for that. And then the other East Meridia will lead you to Rex Ship. So a lot of times, you're going through, you're going from Red Brinstar to West Meridia, and then going on a grand boss adventure. Yeah, yeah. Because so basically, West Meridia leads to Fantoon and Dragon, and Norfair leads to Ridley and Kraid. Although the bosses aren't necessarily in those places.
Yeah, and speaking of the bosses being shuffled, that's potentially another reason to pick up a little early extra ammo. Even if
hmm
you're committing to finding charge for Other Brain, having some extra missiles and supers in case you stumble on an early Ridley that you maybe not are not otherwise able to complete, that could be really handy.
Yeah.
But as of right now, neither runner can beat Ridley,
hmm
and don't really have a way to get out of Dragon either.
Scott does. I don't think he knows the double spring ball jump, but that is an option. However, that Dragon fight is still miserable.
Yeah,
Like,
ammo only, not even a lot of supers.
yeah.
Yeah, I've made that mistake of going into Dragon with like 10 supers. Like this should be enough. I can do this. It's so slow to have to farm ammo during the fight.
hmm
Pretty entrances that we don't want. That the tube is what we do want to see. I think leading to Upper Norfair.
hmm And with these high jump boots, tube is in logic.
Of course, when the runners have various suit, it kicks him out at the side where it's not a heated room immediately.
Oh, this is speaking of grabbing ammo early to help out. This is a miserable croc fight.
I would honestly just leave and check high jump first and come back. It's just up the elevator, and you could maybe farm a little bit with the Novas Business Center. Going with 1 missile and 4 supers. Vibrant Colors coming in with 3 missiles and 9 supers, much better equipped. That's actually enough to not have to farm during the fight because their supers are significantly higher.
Yeah. Now, this could be a bit of a point of pride here for phatscott25, the Kill Croc's Tongue No Major Glitches world record holder. And you know, those were some impeccable farming techniques he employed, and he manages to make it through not even that much slower. Really nicely done.
Very nice. It was a little bit slower, though. You see Vibrant Colors took back some time, and by not skipping the reserve tank, they might have pulled ahead, honestly. A few extra supers to go into the fight, and being a little bit more aggressive on skipping health.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was intentional. I would imagine it was an accident. It looks like they fell at the Etakun's E-Tank earlier, which explains the other E-Tank difference that phatscott has over Vibrant Colors.
Yeah, at this point, I think a lot of it is really going to come down to how well hidden the gravity suit is, as well as charge, since both runners are banking on charge.
And we still do need either more power bombs or an ice beam to get through the Metroid rooms as well.
Mm-hmm.
That would be why Vibrant Colors picked up that pack at the Croc Power Bomb location.
Yeah. Also, we either need a way to get through Batwoon, or we need Gravity Suit and Dragon to be somewhere that is not vanilla. Like, strictly speaking, I'm pretty sure this loadout can get through Reverse Cack Alley, but it is a stupid, stupid trick that nobody should go for in races.
Yeah, I've been told that the space jump helps you get out of the water, but going left to right, I'm not sure how to do that.
You have to do like a weird spring ball jump into getting hit by one of the Cack's needles to get you that little last bit of height.
Oh, in addition to using space jump to get out of the water somewhere?
I think there's the one place where you can't use space jump.
Okay.
Yeah. And checking Croc PB, that's an interesting one. Not too bad of a check, but it is still 2-door transitions. Yeah, Colors checked it on the way in, but I still think it's interesting. Wow, 2 reserve tanks already.
A little more importantly, another super pack.
Mm-hmm.
And unless I'm mistaken, with the missiles and power bombs, that's technically Ridley ammo for Vibrant Colors, even though it's pretty terrible.
Um, I can do all the math except powerbomb math.
That's what I always forget too. But I think with double hits, they do have
Yeah.
enough to make up for the missing ammo.
Yeah, I guess powerbomb is perhaps a bit more useful in your home turf of SMZ3.
Not really. In SMZ3, you just get 70 supers.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like in my experience, I just see a lot more powerbomb usage with Ridley in SMZ3, but again, not an area where I am nearly as experienced as Super Metroid alone. I got my sub 3 seed and then pretty much checked out.
That's fair. Interesting decision to save scum that the ice beam item was just an E-tank, so not
Hmm.
super necessary, but without with the various suit, you're not losing the energy, and the reset's only a little bit faster than the backtrack.
Yeah.
Vibrant Colors is playing it really aggressively, try to cut out every little thing that they don't need, which is just really nice to see, like how that might be just because of their understanding of Fat Scott's skill set, trying to cut potentially an execution gap from his speedrun experience down.
Hmm. Yeah. Now, of course, despite Colors not being someone whom speed runs in the traditional sense, Colors movement's still really good.
Absolutely, yeah. There's it's always nice to see like some rooms that people that are you could say randomizer mains are really skilled at versus speedrun mains that maybe it's a room you don't go in or aren't as used to traversing with certain equipment sets.
Hmm. Yeah, and we do see that Spazer, assuming we're counting on charge, that's actually pretty welcome. Spazer does add a pretty fair bit of damage.
Yeah, that definitely is worth picking up with no other beams.
Hmm.
Even just the wider hitbox and slightly more damage on enemies is kind of valuable. I kind of expect. I know Fat Scott's been picking up all these E tanks. I kind of expect him to stop picking up some of these. If not now, maybe after one more. Even though you're right there, it's just at this point he's already got enough for stand up glitch. There's not really any more benefit. He's not at risk of dying from basically anything anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I know there are some people who will say, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, and Wave Beam as well, at its vanilla location. So, Charge Wave Spazer is a fairly decent beam in the grand scheme of things. Again, assuming we do find charge soon.
Still have to find three entrances here from Upper Norfair. There are two Lower Norfair entrances and the Craig's Lair one.
Hmm.
All completely doable, but the front of LN is the least appealing out of those three.
Yeah, agreed.
With them all being so close together, there's not really an advantage. I guess sometimes you might do the lava dive anyway, just because to avoid having to cross all of Upper Norfair to get to the other side of LN, the good side.
Hmm.
In this case, it won't be worth because it's right next to Craig's Lair.
Yeah. Now, not entirely inconsequential. Front entrance to LN does give you GT. It's maybe the most skipped major in the entire game, but it can have gravity.
Yeah, that's a really good point. If you're looking to play very thoroughly or make a play somewhere that you think your opponent isn't going to make,
Hmm.
to try to get a big advantage, that would be a good one. It is also in logic from the backside though, with the reverse amphitheater. Various suit and 6 E tanks, I believe, is the requirement, and we definitely have enough of those. At least we've seen
Yeah.
enough. Vibrant Colors only has 4 that might still be doable, but would be really rough.
I feel like with Varia, I've done like, I don't know. I think you can do it with very little tanks.
I know I've done it with 5, and I don't remember how close it was. 4's probably fine, as long as you don't get hit by one of the gold pirates or drop your wall jump at the top.
Mm-hmm. All right, and there's back of Lower Norfair. And Scott's going for it.
I was just gonna say, I kind of like going for this first, specifically with their ammo counts. This puts a few more miners on path that could be supers for Ridley, versus going to Kraid's Lair in case Ridley is there. Although Fat Scott did skip that miner item,
Yeah.
Ranker C room, so that's maybe not going to be able to utilize that advantage of those miners on the way to the boss of the area.
Yeah, so like if we have one more power bomb pack and grapple, I'm perfectly fine with this Lower Norfair here, but if Fat Scott finds Dragon, it's not gonna be pretty.
True,
Like, it's
yeah, Dragon
doable, but like I'm not even sure if Scott knows the double spring ball jump. It's fairly obscure tech, and as of right now, to my knowledge, that's his only way of getting out. All right, well, honorable mention to getting the 1 in 52 powerbomb drop from a goop, as well as doing the frame perfect inputs for the Crystal Flash. That's also a possibility.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we got Dragon, Vibrant Colors side.
Okay.
At
So
Kraid's
this is,
Lair.
yeah, that's really good for Scott.
I don't know if they saved before this. I'd imagine if they did, they would have probably reset and tried to do it after LN, just because you'd be assuming you're going to find a boss down there you can beat easier and have better resources. But again, a doable fight, and I do fully expect the Vibrant Colors can do the double spring ball jump.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's easy, but that just seems like some tech that would be right up their alley.
Yeah. And I assume Colors checks behind Dragon. Can't be gravity, but it could be charge, could be speed. Even screw attack makes LN a lot better.
Could be grapple to get out of here a little bit easier, even with the grapple jump.
That's true. But yeah, and you see Scott making all these minor checks now. And here's an instance where it's like if you had just made the easier ones earlier, you wouldn't be in such a pickle necessarily.
For sure.
Also, I do wonder, how much does Scott farm here?
Does he have enough for Ridley? I don't think he does.
Oh no. Oh.
Looks like they hadn't saved since Business Center, which isn't that bad. Players just lost their Spazer and Wave, and that's it actually. Just Spazer and Wave, and has to travel over back across to to Bull Mountain.
Yeah, Spacer and Wave probably worth going back for.
I would agree. I would do him after Lower Norfair, probably if it was my decision running this. Just because they still don't have charge, and I don't know. I might just skip them at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree that I would do Lower Norfair first, because like,
if you plasma down there, you can totally skip Spazer and not even worry about it.
Yeah, 100%. And if I find Plasma Beam, I'm fine with leaving Wave behind. Like, my heart will be sad, but Charge Plasma is still a pretty manageable Mother Brain fight, especially if you can supplement it with as much ammo as Colors has.
Yeah, I agree. So if this is Ridley, I still don't know if phatscott has enough. I can't do that math in my head.
Thankfully, it's just Kraid. That's always a feels bad moment when you
Yeah.
farm the whole way up and then it's Kraid.
That's kind of why I guess the farm would have been really helpful if it were Dragon here, which obviously phatscott doesn't know that Dragon is the Kraid's layer boss.
Nice
So,
force
kind
super
of feels
quick
like
kill.
sunk time, but nicely done. And another E-tank.
Oh, poor Scott.
He's got 11 total, 12 total tanks. He has 3 reserves after getting the one at Fireflies as well.
Yeah. Now, here's the question. Does he go for GT? I would assume not.
I don't think so.
Like, he can, but that's multiple minutes time investment for one check.
Yeah, he's in an awkward spot because he knows that Kraid isn't at Kraid's lair, which means it's either a rough Dragon fight or a possibly not doable Ridley fight there. So getting that extra major could be really nice if it's like charge or grapple to get out of Dragon or something. I think there's more value just because of everything else in Upper Norfair has already been picked over.
Yeah,
He skipped
agreed.
all the majors he skipped some of the minors that are, reasonable to get, but a little out of the way already, and I don't know.
Whoa, that was a really close dodge from the Key Hunter. Yeah, skipping GT, I think this is right.
Yeah, those are very nice Key Hunter dodges from Vibrant Colors. That's really hard to do, especially like if you're not used to going to that room from the back. Just getting them positioned right is a little awkward.
Say, the other thing that would slightly incentivize GT is like, Scott knows there aren't many dead draws left.
Yeah, that's true. Only 1 reserve left and
5 E-tanks.
5 E-tanks, but still charge, ice, plasma, gravity, speed, screw, all really useful stuff. Bombs is not very useful, but
yeah, if you found bombs there, you would just be a little bit sad. So, yeah, I would imagine Scott just bails when he sees Dragon, but he can check the major in Kraid's lair. Maybe not what he wanted to see.
Interesting. That doesn't have a lot of value at this point.
Yeah.
Microwave is pretty far off in the distance of an idea.
Yeah. I don't think Scott is well versed with the X-ray climb either. For any instance where it even would be useful, which, in my opinion, is very few. Don't at me.
Yeah, I don't believe Shack Tool can have gravity in these settings. So X-ray climbing to Shack Tool is not an option. You don't need X-ray climb out of Dragon since it's not a vanilla connection. Doesn't work that way.
It's not even possible. Well, it is possible if Ridley's at Dragon, I think. Oh, right. The crate save shows us being in Brinstar. I was like, oh no, Scott, what happened? Yeah, I think Scott made the right decision here. Like, even if you're capable of doing that fight, it's so slow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially with him having one less super pack than Vibrant Colors, so he'd probably run out a little faster and have to farm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you can execute that fight first try and you're confident you can, then it would be faster. But that can just be a huge time waster.
Quick raid.
Alright, shout out to Speedless Speedway.
Alright, so what's the play here for Fat Scott? Is it to go to Mama Turtle or back to... I mean, back to Wreck Ship seems like the correct play.
Yeah.
But Mama Turtle is in logic with this loadout.
That's true. Mama Turtle's also what? Like 8 pauses or something.
Yeah, I think if you're doing Mama Turtle, I forget where the entrances are, because if Fat Scott's near the top of Everest entrance, that'd be much quicker than Spring Ball jumping up this way. He can't go into the fish tank there. He's got to go all the way up to Everest and drop down anyway.
Yeah, if you know how to double Spring Ball jump, if you can double Spring Ball jump, you can skip a lot of this.
It's a really nice use of Spring Ball, actually, on Vibrant Colors side to get through the Key Hunter stairs. That was really quick, and they didn't take any hits.
Yeah, nicely done. Shout out to Spring Ball.
This is the middle of Red Tower. Okay. If Everest is the middle of Red Tower, I think that would have been faster. Just to run over there and then drop down.
Yeah,
if you're interested in Mama Turtle.
We saw Scott start to go towards the room before Mama Turtle from the Main Street entrance. So I think maybe he realized at that moment you can't do that. Unless you can double Spring Ball jump.
It's a big super pack for Vibrant Colors. Scott skipped that one. And that puts them up to 30 for potential Ridley fight at Wreck Ship.
Yeah, and it looks like Scott doesn't know, understandably so, the way to go from the left door down and actually land on the edge. It's like a weird unmorphed down back. It's pretty tight.
I've tried it myself, and I don't really know the timing on it exactly. Haven't gotten it to work. Alright, looks like Vibrant Colors going back to Dragon with a little bit more ammo, an extra missile pack, extra super pack, an extra E-tank. They're a bit more equipped for this. Oh wait, they might just be checking the major though. Actually, doing the same thing that phatscott did. We'll see.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there's
I
the
wasn't-
gravity Mama Turtle.
Yeah. So, charge or ammo to go mode.
Yeah, so I guess from here, phatscott goes back out Main Street and down to Dragon just to clear it out. I think that would be probably the correct play here.
Yeah, I think that would be wise, because then you're never going to Norfair again.
Yeah, and then that way the path to the boss of Meridia is open for you already through Cack Alley. Don't have to worry about getting through Botwoon.
Mm-hmm.
But might just be excited to see Gravity, and he might just get a little distracted and go to East Meridia first, and then realize later that he has to backtrack all the way to Norfair.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Because Meridia is going to take you to wreck shit, basically, and it just continues to go further away.
Yeah, because if you do Dragon right now, you go, okay. No, he's good.
Okay, yeah, this is the other red tower. Okay, well, I wasn't sure where which one was the East Meridia portal. I guess that's the map station area, crab room.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, phatscott has his work cut out for him, because he goes to East Meridia, first he kills Dragon down here, then he goes to East Meridia, clears that out, clears out whatever boss is there, then he goes to direct ship, clears that out, and assuming he's found charge by that point, he just goes straight to Criteria, which leads to Turian.
Yeah, it sounds nice when you say it like that, but surely charge couldn't be somewhere awful. There's no way.
Well, charge would never be at, say, Shack Tool, for example.
Or screw attack. Which is probably even more out of the way at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, nicely done. Vibrant Colors takes out Dragon with a lot less trouble this time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the extra ammo.
Yeah, unfortunately, this ends up being the completely wrong decision, just because Gravity is so close. Not that Colors made the wrong decision in terms of decision making, just that the C didn't want it to be so.
Right, and not even any value behind Dragon to make it worth their while.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, this is a tough trick, even if you know how to do it.
Interestingly enough, phatscott's fight the fight itself isn't really going to be any faster, but obviously he won't have to struggle with the escape since he can just space jump out.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still can't tell that's a 0 for supers, or if must not be 0 if they're selected. Okay, it was an 8. Thought he was out of supers.
I was really confused. I was like, he had more supers than that. Unfortunately, the restream can be a little bit blurry. Yeah, even charge with no beams would be really nice here because you can pseudo screw Dragon.
Getting these drops 2 missiles at a time is not very fun.
Yeah. And no lucky super drops so far.
There's one.
I don't know if we'll be able to get to it though. Oh, just nabs it.
It doesn't
Even need it. And the scourge of E-tanks that Scott ends up face checking continues. There's some locations you just run into.
Yeah, the Kraid, or the Varia location, is one of them. I assume that's why Vibrant Colors hit that one.
Oh, I don't think this is good enough. This was almost good enough, though. Yeah, just like a half a second too slow. This looks like it might be good, though. No, started falling.
Is there a point with something like this where you think they'll fail on it, or just keep trying till it works, and if not, that's the end of the race? I have not been in a situation quite like this.
I mean, I think at this point, failing is a better option, but that feels really bad. Sunk cost fallacy and all. And there's also, especially in like a tournament setting, there's this like fundamental human urge after you've messed something up to prove that you're capable of doing it. Like you see it in fighting games a lot too. Somebody will mess up an option and then keep on going for the same option until they get it.
Yeah, especially if you're really close to getting it.
Mm.
That can be even more like just kind of dragging you along. Okay, so while we watch Colors work on this, is Fat Scott's plan to go back to Criteria for Wreck Ship first and then into Meridia?
I guess so at this point.
I'm trying to think if that makes sense. That's a sound plan. I mean, either way has its advantages and disadvantages, I suppose. Because going to Wreck Ship first, you get the potentially the boss right away. You don't spend time checking items. You don't maybe have to do. Oh, I don't know. I guess we'll skip going through West Meridia again, but I think maybe East Meridia first makes more sense.
I'm inclined to agree with that.
It gives you more chance to unlock Wreck Ship, and if you're really committed to that charge beam, and Fantoon is at Meridia, for instance, like you basically need to do that and then clear the Wreck Ship.
I think Scott might be a little bit lost.
Okay, I think he's trying to get to criteria, which is the one to the right here through the tube or the little tunnel.
Oh, this looks good.
Ooh, that does look good.
Oh,
Oh no. Yeah, I have no idea what the timing is on getting this. I've not been able to do the double spring ball jump, but I understand the concept behind it. Oh, very nice. Alright, they got it.
oh.
Frustrated.
Yeah. Understandable.
Either way, that's still super impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not a trick that is in my skill set or a lot of people's in this tournament. It's unfortunate the gravity was really not that far away, so it didn't end up being that helpful.
Yeah. And the gauntlet first play here, I understand this, saying like, okay, if charges at gauntlet, then I get to skip probably close to 10 minutes of checks between East Meridia and Wreck Ship. But alas.
Is that the first E-Tank phatscott skipped? I think it might be, actually. I'm sure some of them were not intentional grabs, but at least he's not going to get 14.
Yeah. I do wonder, going through Wreck Ship first, that does mean that you get to skip checking Spring Ball, Plasma, and Sandpit if Charge Beam is at Wreck Ship.
Right. And you get to the boss. I guess either way, you get to the boss first with Dragon being defeated, going through Cack Alley. If you get to the backside of East Meridia, since we don't know which connector, we don't know which side of Meridia is on which side of Wreck Ship, for example.
Right.
Or I guess for that matter, which side of Wreck Ship this is even.
The ugly one.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem with this though is it, like you just said, Glove, this does help phatscott maybe skip some of those really bad East Meridia checks, but it's gonna make him travel back from the Meridia boss at some point, which is either gonna be back through all of Wreck Ship again, or through West Meridia to Red Tower to Crateria, neither of which is a good path.
Yeah, West Meridia, Red Tower, Crateria is almost certainly the better of the two, though.
This save suggests to me that Vibrant Colors is going to be checking Mama Turtle, and then resetting instead of trying to leave Suitless Mama Turtle if it's not necessary, or going to East Meridia. Oh, okay, all right, that actually makes sense too.
Oh wait, hold on, I don't like this at all, because we don't know if we can check Wreck Ship.
Yeah, that's the advantage of going to East Meridia first, is that you could Fantoon is 50% likely to be the boss there, meaning that would unlock all these checks. And otherwise, you have to come back through.
Yeah.
From East Meridia to Wreck Ship. Well, at least the good entrance of East Meridia is attached to the good entrance of Rex Ship for Fat Scott. So if that does happen, it's a little bit quicker because we have Vibrant Colors going through the Forgotten Highway section of
Lucky.
East Meridia.
Yeah, so luckily Fantune is vanilla. And Colors could check Plasma here, but she can't actually get out.
Yeah, I think she's just going straight to the boss. That makes the most sense.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it is Ridley in this case, so we know there's going to be an item there.
But with Plasma, you either need Plasma or Speed to be able to kill those pirates.
Yeah, or Charge Beam.
Right.
I guess Speed or Charge could be there. But that's not something you would want to gamble on. Oh, that's right. I forgot that they have to go through Suitless Cack Alley, and we get to see how this works for someone like me who does not know how this works.
Yeah, it's really dumb. Okay, and there is Speed. Yeah, so this is the dumb one. This part you have to spring ball jump up and then get hit by one of the cack spikes once you're above the surface, and that knocks you upwards. Underwater wall jumps are also possible. But no.
I think there's maybe one person in this tournament who would disagree with you on that, Glove, and say yes to those, but...
Yeah, well, I beat him already, so... Just kidding, love you, King. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Colors didn't realize that that wasn't an option.
Yeah, I guess I assumed that you'd be able to break the surface with space jump there, and that was what would unlock it. But that's good to know, so that I don't make that mistake in the future. Hopefully, they also don't make that mistake or end up learning the silly damage boost strat that apparently is required.
Okay, this is interesting. So, Scott's skipping the top of wrecked ship. I don't like that here.
I don't either. Because all the majors that are left are... half of them that are left, at least, are equally bad. Or worse.
Yes, you have 2 remaining free-ish major checks. Botswoon is 100% free, and then behind Ridley is just 2 door transitions. Gravity's and Mama Turtle. So Colors is making their way there right now.
Yeah, and while the Sandpit major is still a lot faster, obviously, than the top of wreck ship. I mean, Screw Attack is just absolutely not, and that could be the Charge Beam. Shack Tools, not. I mean, it's 1 item, so it's not per item. Because you go through the top of wreck ship, it's a lot, but you get 2 majors behind Bowling.
No, Scott, it was the easiest E-Tank to skip. All you had to do was
That's
just
gotta
keep
be
running.
muscle memory, because I know I do
Yeah,
that when I'm doing any percent runs, and I'll go to a randomizer and I'll forget that I could just run through and look at the item when I run underneath it.
yeah.
I just go get it. That's what you do.
Ah, that looked good. No, the no halfy.
See how Colors chooses to route this once she gets her uh, gravity suit. Just a moment.
Hey, you know what Scott really doesn't have right now?
Charge beam.
Ammo.
Oh, Ridley ammo. I wasn't even thinking about that, and looks like he just realized it also. Knows
Yeah.
that it's a 50% chance of Ridley, and that he
He
needs
knows it's
more.
100% chance of Ridley.
We do. He knows it's 50%. Sorry,
Yeah,
maybe he didn't
he's
say that.
killed all of
Oh
the
no,
three
he's the one
bosses.
that just beat Phantom. Never mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It looked like as soon as he supered the door to save, he realized, wait, I know it's Ridley. Yeah, so he doesn't need to use any powerbomb strats here, ideally. Just 25 supers and 30 missiles.
This is actually, if that charge beam is still in an upper rec ship, this is really interesting. Like as a race, it seemed like Vibrant Colors was way behind with the later gravity suit. You know, making the decision to go for the suitless Dragon, and that makes difficulty with that escape. But based on some of the choices that phatscott made, and I like the way that Vibrant Colors are routing this through Meridia first from here instead of going to wreck ship first. That's going to be, I think, a big time save.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Scott. Now there's some muscle memory. Shooting from above doesn't do anything if you're using ammo. The reason that you do it in any percent or hundo is to give you time to charge your second shot. If Scott misses no missiles, okay, now he has to use power bombs.
Okay. Yeah, this is again another one of those things that it's pretty evident that, and no offense to phatscott, he's obviously got great speedrun skills, but this is definitely a randomizer specific situation, and missing some of these shots and not really having the best handle on Ridley's AI here in this specific situation is pretty evident. He's kind of in trouble.
Yeah, some of these power bombs are doing no damage to Ridley at all.
Yeah, once you start getting the rhythm, I find that it's fairly easy to keep Ridley in the right pattern. But getting Ridley like kind of trapped in the corner to get double hit, phatscott needs to lay these a little bit more in the middle.
Yeah, that one was perfect.
That's a good one, yeah. But that one's a little low, so he's only going to get the one hit from it. But I have no idea what HP we're looking at.
Dead.
Okay, he's dead.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't miss that many missiles.
Yeah, and luckily he was obviously aware of his health, that he could take a few hits and just not
yeah, I think he
only
needed. Oh, are you serious? Yeah, he only needed to lay. Yeah, I liked the simultaneous Ridley deaths though. But no, he only needed to lay like 3 power bombs. 3 double hits at least.
Is there a position in here that Glove, you think it would make sense to try and pivot and go back to ammo hunt? Or is it too late for that for both runners at this point?
I think there absolutely was a position, and it was like 30 minutes ago. So at this point, you just have to commit to the charge, I think.
Speed booster make a nice difference here. phatscott and Vibrant Colors leaving Ridley basically the same time, but look at how much phatscott has pulled ahead these couple rooms with speed booster.
Well, that's a nice item.
It is.
And you know, when we find charge, it's gonna... Yeah, see, like this right here. I don't even want Scott wasting the 7 seconds it takes to pick up this super missile.
Yeah. Vibrant Colors has one more super pack, but 4 less missile packs, so it's actually lower on ammo. Well, not anymore, I guess. I wasn't adding in that super pack yet.
Yeah, and Scott's immediately gonna cash in that ice beam. Or, oh no, he's just gonna go out.
I'm curious to see... Okay, Vibrant Colors is also not going to Shack Tool.
It's possible they go down afterwards to check Shack Tool. Just putting the faster check first.
That's true, especially for Vibrant Colors where Shack Tool, or sorry, where Plasma's... Wait, no. Which entrance is which? Which one connects to Wreck Ship? It's the front of...
Yeah.
So never mind.
And I think Colors is pivoting here. Scott, you have screw attack. Scott. Scott, please.
Well, you know, it's not the first time a runner has forgotten an item they picked up. Screw attack's an easy one to do that with.
Yeah.
I've done it with Space Jump and Spring Ball quite a bit. See if he remembers, and if not, how long this takes to get this short charge. Oh, there we go.
Nicely done.
It's just, having the pressure of that pirate right in your face makes it a little tricky, even though it's not that tight of a short charge. Didn't he just use screw attack? Or he did a spin jump there.
Yeah, Scott, please.
You know, it might also have something to do with the color randomization, throwing off the sprite so it doesn't look like it's supposed to when you have screw attack. I know that does make a difference for me on some of these strats, that color differences can make it a little bit harder to identify.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Scott had not picked up all those E-tanks, he would have been in a world of hurt here. So, E-tanks may be useful. And now looks like he's going back to Shack Tool. Now, Scott is an early croc runner, so I'm not sure how familiar he is with Puyo Clip. He doesn't know that he can use X-Ray to force stand-up, though. It looks like.
Just gonna say that. X-Ray gives you a little bit more room to make that work. He clearly has some knowledge of it, though. There's
Okay.
very nice. Yeah, there's two different ways to do this. You see a lot of randomizer main players that just kind of go in and eyeball it and just time it instead of using like the actual speedrun setup, entering the room and getting that jump shot. So clearly he knows like the timing and strategy, and obviously executed really well second try.
Yeah.
A little less used to power bombing the Shack Tool room, apparently.
Scott actually has a 120 hundo item time now.
Yeah, he's got like a few PBs like in the last week, like back to back almost. So he's doing very well.
Yeah, school was really holding him back, and now he's going to just PB and everything.
Maybe not the best lesson to pass on to kids. School holds you back.
Yeah. Look, what is more important, your career future or a video game from 1994?
It's a tough call. There's a grapple. That's what that was, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That really would have helped be able to escape Dragon suitless. So.
Or help you get to Shack Tool faster.
Oh, that's true. So there's a lesson for you all. If our runners had gone to Shack Tool first, then they could have done suitless easier.
Ice Beam, if they just did the suitless left sand pit to get ice, you can get to Shack Tool suitless. Or I guess use X-Ray, but that's worse.
Yeah. Or the Crystal Flash Clip, which...
Color still doesn't have enough power bombs to do Crystal Flash Clip. Which is fine, because with Ice Beam, there's no longer a need for that third power bomb pack.
Yeah, and see now Scott's going to be going back to the top of Wrecked Ship, and if he finds charge here, that probably is close to 10 minutes lost.
It's a big feels bad. Especially considering things like, he could have had a little bit faster Ridley fight as well, things like that. Use that charge beam. Maybe pseudo screwed in the plasma room. I guess he wouldn't have gone to the plasma room.
Alright, that's what I'm saying, is if he would have just killed Ridley and left.
Yeah.
And
Colors is also skipping the top of Wrecked Ship.
I really don't like this. Generally, I think the later you find Wrecked Ship, the less you're going to want to skip the top if you're still not in go mode.
Yeah, I agree. I'm curious to know how, for both runners, their position or how they're feeling in the race competitively, like, affects these decisions. Like, do they both feel so behind they have to do one of these plays? I think at a certain point, maybe you consider you just have to do whatever you think's best and, like, hope your opponent messed something up or got in trouble somewhere if you want to win.
Now, I believe the only majors we have left are the two here and GT. So I think between the three of them we have charge beam, plasma, and bombs. No, both our runners did Grok. This shot that Scott's trying to do, I don't think it works without charge beam. But that helps.
Does it?
Yeah. You can use bombs to check the back of or check that reserve item. Because he only has one power bomb left, because...
Oh, right, because he misused
He keeps forgetting he has spring ball, so he can't check it, actually, because he did that.
Okay, well...
But he could have. So that really sucks.
Yeah, that's, oh man, that's got to be stressful.
Yeah.
Because that's just a mental mistake. You're not gonna do bowling again. I guess you are.
What else can you
I
do?
have to. Yeah, it's still faster than going to screw attack. And we're also gonna charge B.
I think that's literally it. I think it's a 50-50. And meanwhile, Colors did pivot and is almost there.
Yeah, this is really really interesting how this is shaking out.
Chat mentioning check top with X-ray. First, you do need grapple for bowling skip. Also, nobody should know bowling skip. If somebody does bowling skip in a race and benefits from it, I don't know what I'll do.
Seen that in a vanilla race, not a randomizer race.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh, check top with X-ray this way. Okay, yeah, that.
So, does phatscott pivot to ammo now, or go back to screw attack? That's so far away.
Yeah, this. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think this is maybe a lesson, or I guess a potential like risk on display here of skipping early minors could potentially be really.
They do still have waterway, yeah.
Oh, right, waterway's still there. I am not, admittedly not the best at knowing how much ammo's required for this, doing the math.
2 more super packs is pretty much minimum. I think if we have 1 more missile pack, it might be enough if you break tank first. But I do not bother learning the break the tank math because it is effectively never faster to do it that way.
Yeah, I try to always operate just on the. You need 60 supers for Mother Brain 2, and then bare minimum 30 missiles for Mother Brain 1, but figuring out how to refill and how that changes with different numbers is not as easy to parse that way.
Scott running into more power bomb woes.
Oh wow, that's a huge back of gauntlet for colors. Double super missiles. That's
it.
That's enough. That's with breaking all the Zebs, refilling, and then pressing on to the boss fight, right?
Yeah.
Turian is the left side here. Yep. So this has been a wild race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really showcased a lot of unique situations that can happen in Barrier Randomizer in general, and with these settings specifically. That it's not always like they were kind of late power bombs, but not super late. Sometimes that's a big troll, but there's a lot more things that can happen with the rest of the important items. Boss locations that can make a big difference. Is going to check waterway. hopefully to get his charge.
If charge,
Power
bombs.
bomb. Okay.
He has bomb, or no, yeah, he has bombs, but he needs one power bomb.
God, there's not really anywhere he could have farmed one up on the way here. Is this the best farm? Or do you just go to the Firefly room?
Yeah, I would just go to the Firefly room, honestly.
These drop rates are awful.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, in the event that charge is here, I wonder how far behind Scott is.
Would save him a ton of time in Turian, but doesn't seem like it would be enough. That also depends on Color's ability to, to execute really well and not have any mistakes where they have to reset a Mother Brain fight due to some misses. Ooh, using supers not typically advisable. And there it is.
Yeah, I think these super uses Color doesn't have enough, right? Like
maybe. Oh wait, no, this is exactly enough? One missile to spare? How many missiles? How many missiles did she have? Oh wait, yeah, this is... No, it's not enough.
15 times 3 is 45, 45. Yeah. This is not enough.
Short by one missile pack. Did she save? I guess I wasn't paying enough attention.
I think.
Hope so. Yeah, I guess even if she just missiled the two red doors and the Ghidorah and went back to refill, that would have been enough ammo to do Zeb skip and then get through this. But as it stands, this is not enough.
Yeah. And with that, because she saved after using the two supers, I think Scott's in the lead here. Because she has to do all the Zebs and refill. So yeah, really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, and doing the Zeb skip again, this isn't going to be enough, unfortunately. I think maybe they got some number mixed up in their head, or just... Which definitely happens. I know I've done that, where I think I have enough, and then it's just, wait a minute, I missed the number somewhere. I'm one shy.
Oh yeah, Chad pointing out they could do the first Zeb skip, then you break the glass, and she would have like just barely enough missiles to kill the first Zeb on the way back. And then you do remorph Zeb skip. These, oh.
That's the same count.
Still not enough. I think she thought it was maybe because she missed a couple, but
pretty sure there's only like 1 or 2 missiles that missed.
Yeah. Maybe they just have the wrong number in their head. Does this work the way Scott's trying to do it without
It
plasma?
does.
It does, okay.
Yes. It's kind of tough to get the timing on that freeze.
Yeah.
Without plasma, I usually don't go for it personally because of that.
Yeah, I usually just go from below.
Yeah, you have to shoot before you land, but after you've fallen far enough to not accidentally hit the Zeb with your down shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See if Colors looks like they're just gonna keep going at it, since it's unfortunate because if they didn't miss any like supers or missiles on that last fight, maybe they'd realize the number issue. But having missed a couple, might be thinking, okay, well this time I'll just not miss that super, and one or two missiles, however many they missed. It wasn't very many, but a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Point, barring any mother brain issues, which are pretty unlikely with this amount of E-tanks and full new route beam combo. phatscott seems pretty soundly in the lead here. And unlikely that he'll go for stand-up glitch. Missing plasma beam doesn't really save hardly anything. I like that decision to turn off Barrier Suit here, actually, because there's too much energy to damage down. Doesn't want to get in a situation where Mother Brain leaves you with like an awkward amount of health that she can end up like killing you with onion rings or other attacks between rainbow beams. So that's a thing that's very rare but can happen.
And I like the Donatello colored baby Metroid.
It's very nice.
And shoutouts to this stand, which optimally saves like 6 seconds or something.
Is it that much?
Well, I think what full beam stand-up saves like 20 seconds, and this is a third of that, so.
I didn't know it was that much. I thought it was like 3. I guess maybe I'll start doing stand-up without plasma. I normally don't do it unless I have plasma.
Yeah, well that's how much full beam saves, is like 20 seconds, I think. At least according to the video where Saturn discovered it like 14 years ago or whatever. So I don't know what the actual numbers are.
Yeah. Now, obviously that varies. We saw phatscott missed a couple of onion rings there, so I had to wait for another attack during that cutscene. Reduces its value a bit.
Wait, I'm confused. This doesn't change the math. This is still not enough.
Oh, did they use missiles on the red door? and then go refill. So it'd be 5 more missiles. That they had.
Maybe
Vibrant Colors had
that's
an
what they
extra
did.
super. They had an extra super there, but it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, but then they missiled the first Zeb and then left. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of it is race fatigue.
Yeah, there's so much, like, that's what happens, especially you just get one thing in one of these seeds that's really difficult, or like kind of throws you for a loop, and then things kind of change and you start making mistakes on the easy stuff, or just little mental errors that in a more straightforward seed wouldn't necessarily happen.
Right. And with that, phatscott has finished in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour 30 minutes and 3 seconds. GG.
GG's.
And then in response, Colors did unfortunately forfeit.
That's understandable. Hopefully we'll get both of them in here to talk about this really interesting seed that had quite a lot of back and forth in it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, here is phatscott GG on the win.
Hi, GG. That was terrible. Well, it's my fault, but that was terrible because it's my fault. Yeah. Okay. All right, where do I start? Okay. Well, first of all, obviously I made a gigantic mistake not picking up enough ammo because I spent like 40 minutes looking around for charge and then last locationed it, which was amazing, by the way. And
for the record, you did not last location it.
Oh, I did not?
It could have been GT.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank God it wasn't. I would cry. I would just like quit on the spot. Okay. But besides that, I don't know what I was doing near the end. I just like kept using my power bombs like an idiot, and then just like, I don't know. It's like force of habit because of things I would do in a run, and then also like, I don't know. It was just annoying. Either way. And I'm honestly surprised that I hadn't lost by the time I finished, because I was like fully expecting that I would have lost, because there's no reason I should have taken that long to find charge or skipped ammo like I did, like a moron kind of, and just I don't know.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Colors ran into some issues as well, and Colors is joining us now. GG, really rough seed.
GG. I've been really frustrated by this seed. Initially, I said I was too hungry to come here, but you know, I went like to cool myself down. It's 35 degrees here. I think it's just like hot in my head. I went to cool down, and then I was just there. In fact, this seed is hilarious. There are no power bombs. Everything I got from the moment I started to search for ammunition was missiles. And well, my gravity suit location basically bailed me out, I guess. That seed was comical, I would say, in the hands. I was frustrated by it. Like I'm telling you, in the race room I was angry, but no, I think it was pretty funny. I hope it does a good show for chat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was really as bad as I think it was. It just I made a big mistake and it cost me a lot of time. I don't know. I mean, like the gravity spot was honestly not too crazy. I think like it was pretty early in Meridian and all that. Like it didn't require you to do a lot of suitless stuff to get it. So I feel like, and it kind of gives you a high jump and sprain. It's like that's the one thing where I was like, I felt like I did good, where I kind of found gravity fairly quick after leaving Lower Norfair and all that.
Probably should I not have gone for, you know, Suitless Dragon, the was more jump, other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I normally don't struggle that much with it, but it's still not ideal, I would say. I got it eventually, so that's nice.
Think of
saw
gravity
in chat, I did notice indeed. Yeah, I cannot do math, and I am blaming the heat wave. We need 45, 45, not 40, 45. I am blaming the heat wave. Check the weather forecast in Europe. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for playing. Thanks for commentating. Thanks for tracking all the stuff. I appreciate it a lot.
It was still fun, even if it could have gone better. And it probably the light area rando was definitely weird for me because I've never really played it until this week, so it was kind of weird to adjust to. My practice seeds were around like an hour and 9, which is like this seed was looking to be like that, and then I just didn't find charge. So
And I saw, yes, I had a funny sprite. Somebody just makes stuff in via Rando Discord. Forgot their name. But yeah, it's just a fun sprite that's like broken, but it's on purpose. It made it pretty hard to play. Like my movement was bad, I have to say.
Yeah.
I hope they still give the shot though.
Yeah, I don't know how you play with that sprite.
Well, the thing is that I see very poorly anyway, so at this point I'm basically more playing with timing than with my vision. So I guess it helps. But yeah. I hope it was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to commentate. In spite of the frustration, hopefully you had plenty of fun racing as well. And there really were a lot of interesting back and forths. That if you guys choose to watch this back, there's definitely different things that trip both of you up at different times, and it wasn't a race that was decided at any point, which always makes it fun to watch and fun to commentate.
I'll definitely have to watch
That's
it.
the best kind of race.
I'll definitely have to watch it back and see how we routed it out. I feel like at least in terms of the area rando, it wasn't too crazy, which was good.
If only I had one more missile pack.
Yeah, that was really rough to see.
It's that Norfair Reserve missile that both of you skipped early. On 5 missiles or 10 missiles maybe at the time. That was a bit surprising, but it makes sense if you get charged early to push that. It just wasn't an option in this seed to get charged anywhere early. But yeah, thanks for racing, and hopefully Colors and phatscott, you do well in the next week and enjoy more of your tournament races.
Thank
Look forward
you.
to seeing both of you play some more.
Thanks for commentating. I'll definitely have to watch and see what you guys said.
Absolutely. GG's to both of you. Best of luck. And I think that's going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming. Be sure to go follow both of these runners. Go follow A System of Vibrant Colors. Go follow phatscott. And if you'd be so kind, follow the broadcast team as well. I've been Glove on Comms, joined by Ace Zero, and we've had Crazed Gamer doing tracking. And from all of us here at Speed Gaming, we'll see you next mission.
See you next mission.